Good morning, Arlington. Hope you were all very well. And I hope you're enjoying this wonderful weather we've been having for the last 6 weeks, and may it continue. I do hear there's a little bit of rain on its way, but maybe that'd be nice to have a little bit of a change. Today we're going to do more of a stretching style Pilates. We did quite a powerful dynamic one last week, so I'm just going to take it down a level. But the benefits are still so important, because you need to really mobilize and allow your body to elongate, and without stretching nothing counts. So it's such an important element, especially with Pilates. The more flexible and more mobile you are, the easier you can perform the exercises with a better technique. So sometimes it's really important just to take a step back and work more into the stretch side of things. So we're going to start and pretty much stay on our backs for most of this whole session. So you're going to come down onto the floor, lying on your backs, and I want you to simply hug your knees in towards your chest, keep your head relaxed, and just roll around in little circles on that lower back, and just enjoy that sensation before we begin the exercises. So just remember to keep breathing, and we want to really focus this week, especially on just your mind. This is really good quite a lot of our stretches are very much about stress release, and that's really important if we're feeling a little bit anxious. We often, especially whilst we're in lockdown, we have good days, we have bad days, and when we have those bad days, it's not good for our mind, and we can start to kind of lose what's going on and start to feel very stressed and very down. So this is a really nice way just to kind of mobilize and de-stress and get rid of all that tension, and it's all about the breath as well. So this would be really good for your mind as well as your body. So enjoy. So bring yourself onto the floor and get that lovely hugging, rolling sensation. So you might want to just stay here holding onto your legs and just rolling side to side. You might want to just take one leg at a time and just roll around in little circles. It's quite nice to hold one knee either side and just open and close the knee, so you're getting that motion. And then you can take it the other direction. There's no right or wrong, just work whatever works for you. Just want to mobilize the hips, open those inner thighs, keep that lower back also nice and open. And then bring your knees together, slide your hands around the fronts of the shins, if you can inflate your fingers do. Take a deep breath in, lift your chin, lift your chest, drive your thighs towards your chest as you lift your forehead towards the knees. And then inhale, lower your head, free the legs a little bit. Take a breath out, then inhale, tuck in. Exhale, pause, shoulders down away from the ears. Take a breath in and exhale, head down. Inhale again, lifting up, exhale, squeeze. And on the next one, we release the arms down by your side and release the feet to the floor. Inhale, same process, lift the chin, begin to work the abs, just squeeze the belly in, lift the knees and curl. Fingers are lightly pressed to the floor. Inhale, release the feet, release the head, exhale, relax. Engage those abs, so a little imprint in the spine, squeeze the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest, and then squeeze the thighs in. So you're feeling your abs active as you pull your legs in, and then lower your feet and your head back to the floor, shoulders down. Do that one more time. Inhale, chin, roll up, little squeeze in those upper abs. Exhale, pull the thighs in, squeeze. And then inhale, lower the head and lower the feet to the floor. Slide your arms out to a T shape, palms facing up towards the sky. So we're just going to take a nice rolling sensation, lifting one knee, followed by the other knee to tabletop. We allow our eye gaze to stay up towards the ceiling. Just gently take your knees either halfway and pause, or you can get all the way to the ground, so just brush the floor, and then inhale using your abs, just heighten the legs up, pausing in the middle, extending the legs to the sky, soles of the feet pressed towards the ceiling. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, float them over to the other side, either halfway or till they brush the floor. Keep fixing your shoulders into the ground. Inhale through to center, and exhale, extend those legs. So you want to try and draw your toes down, push your heels away. Inhale, bend the knees. This time, as you drop your knees towards me, take your eye gaze over the other side. Brush the floor, squeeze your abs. Inhale, center, extend the legs, pause. Eye gaze up to the toes, toes down, heels away. Inhale, bend the knees, float them over the other side. Eye gaze towards me. Brush the floor. Inhale, raise them back up. Exhale to the sky. Inhale through the nose, bend the knees. Drop them towards me. Take your eye gaze away. Really feel that lovely opening. This is the start of your de-stressing exercise. Extend the legs. Inhale, bend those knees. Over, away from me. Eye gaze to me. Press those shoulders down. Brush the floor if you can. Inhale, center. This time we extend those legs up to the sky. Keeping the toes pointed. We inhale, lower your back leg down towards the floor. And then scoop it back up and take it to the other side. And back up. So you can either go all the way down to the floor or halfway if you wish and lift back in. See how your body feels. You don't want your lower back to take the strain. Just slide myself back a little bit. Give myself a bit more space. So we keep going, alternating legs. Inhale, pointed toe, exhale up. Inhale. So we try and focus on extending through both your knees as much as possible. If you need to have a soft bend because you're very tight in your hamstrings, then keep a soft bend. This is about just waking up your lower abs, mobilizing the hips, but also trying to encourage that stretch in the hamstrings. Do one more to the front. Pause at the top, bend those knees, and this time the knees are coming towards me, so float them all the way over to the floor, drop them down for a stretch. Take this hand, place it on top of that thigh, and then reach and stretch through that back shoulder. Eye gaze to the hand. Take a long deep breath in and just exhale through the lungs, feeling everything melt down to the floor. A little bit, not too much force, but quite a lot of encouragement from this arm onto this thigh. You might want to just wiggle your knees a little bit higher, or if it's too much, take your knees away. Okay, so find your right place. Try and take your eye gaze across that back hand. And then begin stretching the hamstring. I like to press my elbow into the floor. My arm becomes a perch and that leg sits on top of that hand with my fingers underneath the calves. Then you push through the sole of the foot and hold there. If that doesn't work for you, then you might just want to hold the leg somewhere else. If you have a strap or a towel, something, a prop that you can use, a scarf, then you can place it around the sole of your foot and just hold it with a little strap. So it's your decision. We're going to be here for a good 3 to 4 breaths. Try and go a little bit further, extend the knee. And on your next deep breath, you just release that leg, you bend it, you allow it to sit there. Inhale, lift that knee up first. So we're opening out. Exhale, let the opposite leg float back to join. Either stay here and take a breath or do a quick squeeze in. Take those legs back up to the sky. This time, pull your soles of your feet down. So soles of your feet down is dorsiflexion of the foot. And we inhale, back leg drops down. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, front leg. So remember, you can take it down a level. You can just float halfway and lift back in. If you need to keep a soft knee, keep a soft knee. But this is about trying to extend and lengthen through those legs. Shoulders stay relaxed. Push your ribcage down. Feel all your abs engaging. Just allow that lever to happen through the leg. We're going to go 2 more each side. That back leg for 1. Front leg for 2. Last 2. So that back leg for 3. Scoop it up last time in the front leg. Pause at the top, take a breath. Point the toes, bend the knees, and allow very slowly to drop over the opposite way. So once the knees land, that back hand catches the thigh, and we twist into this front shoulder and breathe and feel everything opening up. The breath is very important with the stretch. The exhalation goes into the tight areas. You reach through that arm and don't just statically hold, just breathe and go that little bit further every time. Once you've settled here into your stretch, that back elbow can press onto the floor, then this top leg can perch itself on top, and then take it into that hamstring stretch. Push the leg as much into extension, driving those toes in towards you, and taking that twist a little bit further. So we're doing loads of things here. We've got that whole back of the leg through the buttock, across the lower back, across the ribcage, across the front of the shoulders, and that spinal rotation just releases so much. As long as you breathe. 3 more deep breaths here. Going that a little bit further every time. And after your last breath, just gently release the knees together. Pause, arms out wide, engage those abs. Front leg lifts, the other leg will just follow. Pause there, grab the knees, and then just pull up into that ball again. And then drop your feet to the floor. So we're going to work into that one leg exercise. We did something quite similar about 5 or 6 weeks ago. So that's why it's quite nice to kind of come back to a few things, but with a little bit of difference. So I'm going to start by bending the back leg, putting that foot across the knee. And we're going to relax the arms to begin with. We're going to then engage the lower abs. In the exhalation, we're going to lift that front knee to tabletop, that 90-degree angle. From there, we're going to inhale, tap the toe. Exhale, pull that leg back up. So this back leg is now the weight on top of this front leg to make your lower abs work a little bit harder. So there's 3 options here. This is level 1, just working in and tapping down. You can rest if you need to at the bottom and then pull back up again. So you've got a little bit more control. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you extend the leg into a hover and then bend the knee back in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Or if you want to make it a little bit harder than that, this front leg, take it straight up to the sky, and then inhale, lever down. With the toe, to lever up. So dorsiflexion through the foot, plantar flexion on the elevation. So I don't mind which one you're doing. You've probably started already, that's absolutely fine. So we keep the consistent flow moving. I want you to do 6 more on that leg. Wherever you are, and if it starts to feel too much, you just drop it down a level. Try not to pause. Of course, you can stop if you need to. You might want to just stop to the taps, a little pause there, lift back in. Wherever you are, really power it. And when you've done that last one, let's everyone try and keep this front leg floating up in the air. Your arms are not doing anything, they're just relaxed, squeeze. Take 1 more breath and then catch that leg. So thread your back arm inside the hole of the legs, bend this foot into relaxed position so the legs relax, and then lower your head and shoulders to the floor. Rock a little bit more weight over into the front buttock. Drive those shoulders back down into the floor and pull this front thigh in as you open the back knee away. And half the battle is trying to keep your buttocks firmly on the ground. And as you breathe, just go that little bit further. If you're particularly flexible, you might want to grab around the front of the shin. But if you do that, like me, my shoulders lift. So I'm better off coming behind the thigh so I can ground my shoulders and get that depth. So it just depends on how open you are in the hips. Keep breathing, driving that front thigh in, open that back knee out. 2 more breaths. And then in the next breath, just gently release the thigh, press the foot down into the floor. And then we're going to take it into a one-legged bridge. Your arms are coming down by your side. If you want a little bit more challenge, feel free to take your arms either back out to the side with your palms up, or either overhead, stretching your arms with your palms facing to the sky. I'm going to go for an in-betweenie. So we slide this front foot a little bit further in, and then you take a breath in, and we're going to power up into a bridge. So you can stay here in a one-leg bridge and just breathe, just holding and finding that power in the thigh just to isolate. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can slide that leg straight up to the sky. And if you want to make it even harder, we inhale, lower the leg so it levels off with the opposite thigh, turn the toes up and take that leg back. Point the toe at the top, drive it back to the thigh, flex and drive that leg up. Keep going if that's what you are doing. If it's too much, full stop with one leg, feet on the floor, and just hold your bridge with two legs statically, your choice. So if you're doing your leg swings, let's go 3 more. Power it up, keep going. When you've done that last one, drop that ankle back on top of that knee, lift those hips up one more time, and exhale, roll out of your bridge. Pause there, let the knee drop over towards me, sole of the foot presses to the ground, front hand just opens that knee up. So my left arm is now going to be outstretched to the side. If you want to make this a little bit harder, slide that knee a little bit further and then open that hip. If it's too much, then just wiggle that underneath leg away and free a little bit more room. So just find your right place. We're all built differently, so you won't all be at the same place. And it's just a very localized little stretch across the hip. You'll feel that. All we're going to do here is release the arm. So take your arms to a T shape, you rolling the hips all the way back and simply drop to the other side. So now that foot presses on the front thigh. We're taking the focus across the abs into that hip, down into that thigh. So if you need to play around with this stretch, do so. If you need to free the foot from the knee, do so. But we're trying to ideally get this knee inside the knee onto the ground. Now you'll naturally be elevated here, so don't expect to be pressed to the floor. But again, breathe and try and close the side of the ribcage down. And just let your breath focus on that stretch. 2 more breaths. Slide that front foot. And then just simply roll yourself back up into the middle. Adjust yourself so you're back into the center. Take a breath there. Inhale. Lift one leg up, followed by the other leg. Extend your legs to the sky. Engage those abs. Back leg is going to drop down. Keep both your knees extended. And instead of lifting the leg up and then switching to the other side, I want you to do a switch over in the middle. So inhale, inhale, inhale. So the exhalation is the crossover. Alternatively, you don't have to do it that fast. Slow it down. Take it back to how we did it before. Bend your knees if you need to. But this is about powering through the lower abs. 4 more. Last one. Lift the legs up to the air. Bend your knees. Bring your fingertips to the side of the head. Take a breath in. Exhale. Curl up. 5 pulses. Inhale, drop down. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Curl up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Start with the front leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scoop it in. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Back leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Front leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it up. Lift up and just finish with 10 little pulses. Squeeze it. 5, 6, 7, go, 2 and 1. And then slide the hands, draw the thighs in towards you, rock side to side. Take a breath. And then drop those feet down into the floor. So when you're ready, this time we're going to start with a bridge and we're going to reverse into the abdominal exercise. So slide your front foot across your back knee. Again, your arms can be down by your side, out wide or straight overhead, flat down to the ground. It's your choice. I'm going back to a halfway point again. That heel at the back, pull it in a little bit closer. When you're ready, take a breath at the bottom. Exhale, roll off that floor. So your option, first option is to stay here and just breathe, drop the foot and have 2 feet on the ground if you need to. Or if you want to make it a little bit harder, pull the knee in and extend that leg up and hold there. Or if you want to make it even harder, we inhale, the leg floats to the thigh, pull the toes in, take it back. Point at the top, lower down, flex, come back up. So your choice, you might just be statically holding your leg in the sky, you might be here and just holding. If you are both feet on the ground, squeeze those little thighs a little bit more. Keep breathing. Give me 2 more on these leg pulls. Take a breath in at the top. Return the ankle to the knee. Lift the hips up as we inhale and exhale. Roll it out. Take a breath. We're going to go straight into that stretch. We drop the back knee, sole the foot to the floor. Back hand's going to open that knee out, and we're just going to feel that little localized stretch. So again, you can either free that underneath leg to allow a bit more give, or if you want more, slide that knee a little bit further up towards your back shoulder and open there. And just again, close your eyes for the stretch. We carry so much tension in our hips and into our rib cage, so this is just a really nice way to loosen everything. And then just free the arm, open the arm wide. Roll the knee in towards the center and straight over towards me. So now we're stretching this back thigh. This is like our weight again, pushing down onto the knee. And then reach out through that rib cage. Just feel yourself trying to melt back away across the outside of the abs and around the sides of the rib cage into the shoulder. Feel it working its way to the hip and into the thigh. Increase your breath. And then when you're ready, just slowly roll yourself back into the middle. Pause in the middle, make sure you're still in the center. So I'm slightly off. So I'm just going to wiggle myself back into the middle. Now keeping this ankle on this knee, let's work those abs again. So your arms can be relaxed down by your side. Again, find what works for you. Try to use your arms. Engage the abs, take a breath in, exhale, lift that back knee up to tabletop. So now here's your lever. We inhale, tap the floor. We exhale, lever up. Inhale, tap the floors. Exhale, lever up. So the front leg is the weight on the back leg. If you wish, you can extend that leg away to hover and bend the knee back in. Push away and bend the knee back in. Don't yank your leg in, because if you do, you're going to then roll off your lower bottom, so the top part of your bottom, sorry. So you need to keep the control. You want to make it harder, extend that leg, work its way down. Inhale, exhale. So wherever you are, just keep working it. Power up through those abs. Give me 6 more. And if you need to start from this position and just lift up and then pause at the bottom, that is your easiest option. So there's so many different levels you can work at, and it just depends how you're feeling today. So you should be coming up to your last 2 repetitions. And when you've done your last one, everyone extend that leg up to the sky to pause. Take a deep breath, and then take those hands, thread them inside. Catch that back thigh, bend the heel in towards the bottom, and then carefully lower your head and shoulders back down to the floor. Open this front knee as you drive your back thigh in towards you. Again, pushing your bottom down into the ground, but try not to lift those shoulders away. So you need to keep that lengthening through the spine. Take a little bit more weight, very subtly over into that back buttock, and maybe use that front elbow to open the knee away from you. Just breathe into this stretch. You really want to feel that hip, that buttock, your piriformis just stretching. Two more breaths. And then carefully just release the leg and release the foot. Just relax the body here. Extend your legs down on your mat. Interlace your fingers and take your arms up and overhead. And I want you to walk both your feet to the corners of your mat towards me, and then cross your front foot just lightly over that back ankle, and then slide your shoulders also towards the corner of the mat, same positioning, and then stretch through that whole back side of your body. So you want to feel everything from the top of your forearm down through the bicep, tricep, down into the shoulder, down through your lats, sides of your rib cage, into your hips, outer thighs, just side bend. This is a banana stretch. So it's about taking that whole body into a side bend. Press that back hip and shoulder into the floor a little bit more as you reach and stretch. Again, a fabulous de-stressor, so just really take advantage of this. And then just uncross those ankles, walk your feet back into the center, slide your shoulders back into the center. Bring your arms above your chest, turn your palms away, and push your arms towards the ceiling and squeeze your fingers together. Imagine you're trying to part them. So we're opening out those shoulder blades. Just reach, 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 reach. Fingers squeeze, open as much as you can. And that's quite strong for me. I can feel deep in those shoulder blades, really trying to just give way. And then gently just ease back through the shoulder blades. Turn your palms up, take your stretch behind you. Walk your heels all the way to the back corner of your mat. Crossing that front foot over the back foot, sliding your shoulders, and then take a full side body stretch down the side closest to me. Just keep planting that front hip, front shoulder, and just breathe. Fabulous, beautiful stretch. Just keep thinking that C curve through the body. 2 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, just begin to release. Uncross that back foot. Walk your feet back into the middle of your mat. Slide your shoulders back. And then just free your arms out to the side. Let your feet hang and just let your body just fall into the floor like a heavy weight. Don't carry one bit of tension, just let everything fall. Feel your breath slowing down and getting quieter. Take a long deep breath in through the nose. Feel your rib cage expanding out to the sides, and as you exhale, just feel everything deflating and sinking down into the floor. You're just going to do 4 more really big deep breaths there. Slowly just bring your awareness back, bring your feet together, pull one knee in towards you, followed by the other. Again, roll side to side like you did at the beginning, find what works for you. I quite like catching one knee and the other knee and just rotating one at a time. It's quite nice on your sacrum, that lower back. And then just hug those knees in. One more time, lifting your chin up towards your knees as you drive your thighs down. And then lower your head and shoulders to the floor. Slide those hands around the back of the knees and roll yourself up. And just come and sit yourself into a comfortable cross-leg position. Find what's comfortable for you. I want you to feel like you're comfortably even sitting on your buttocks. So if you feel like you're rotated one side, maybe perhaps you might have a tight hip or tight knees and you just want to sit yourself up on a cushion. Find your comfortable place. And just bring your fingertips down in front of you and then just allow your spine to relax. Just breathe as you feel yourself melting down, keeping your buttocks firm in the ground. Nothing forced, just go as far as you feel that's enough for you. Gently walk your fingers back in. Take your right hand to behind the base of the spine, left hand on the knee, lift up and lengthen, and just take a little twist around. After a couple of breaths, just simply turn back, swap the positions. So take that left hand around, right hand on the knee, lift up and lengthen, and twist the opposite way. And then inhale, look back, release, bring your fingertips down by your side and just pull your shoulders back and down. Use your core to lift and sit tall. And then inhale, raise your arms up. Gently bring them together in front of above your head, and then allow your hands to sink down in front of your chest. Take a little bow and take a little neck stretch. So keep your shoulders relaxed. Drop your chin towards your chest and just roll your chin towards your left shoulder. Inhale, staying low, back through center, over to the right shoulder. Keep pressing it down, feel that stretch. Inhale, back to center, lift your eye gaze up. And then just let one ear drop over to the shoulder and then push the opposite shoulder down towards the ground. Try not to let your chin drop. It's just literally side flexion, which is literally your face stays facing forward and you just side flexing the ear towards the shoulder. Now the other side, lowering that shoulder, opposite shoulder down. So just imagine your shoulders being pushed to the floor as you feel that stretch getting out a little bit deeper. Don't drop that chin. One more breath here. Exhale, float back into the middle. Release your fingertips down by your side. Sit tall. And for the last time, inhale, raise your arms up. Again, softening through the elbows, hands together. Drop yourself down. Give yourself a little bow. Give yourselves a round of applause. I hope you enjoyed it. Nice stretching Pilates session today. It's very different for last week, and then obviously next week will be very different for today. But I really wanted to focus on just opening that body a little bit more today. Very, very important, especially at the moment. If we're cooped up inside quite a lot and we're working, in front of a desk quite a lot, then we just need to open that body, and you've still got that core as well to work at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed something a little bit different today, and I will catch you all next week. Stay safe and well. Thank you. Bye.